Crystal of CrystalSewsandStuff.com. Welcome to the channel and welcome back to all of my subscribers and welcome to all of the new viewers today. So today I have two makes to share with you, and the first one is a trench coat. So the trench coat that I chose is from the Maison Victor Sewing Magazine. And so this is my first time ever working with this magazine. They're a French company, and so the patterns come in French and English. And so I picked up this pattern magazine from from Barnes and Nobles, and it was about $12 for the magazine, and it comes with about 8 patterns in it. So really good value for the amount of patterns that you get. And it also has kids patterns, so you get a lot of different patterns in the magazine. So you get pants, they have a dress, a jacket, some jeans, men's polo, a baby romper, a girl's dress, and a pair of shorts for girls. So they have a lot of options in this one magazine, and it was only $12.99. So good deal for the amount of patterns that you get with the magazine. And this is an older issue. It's from 2018, issue 3 2018. And so I contacted La Maison Victor by email to see if they had this version available in PDF, because I didn't see it on the website. And they said they don't have it right now, and right now they're not shipping to the US their back issues. But hopefully they'll be adding this to their online PDF catalog soon, because they do have a lot of sewing patterns on their website. So anyway, let me get on with the pattern. So this pattern is designed for woven fabrics, and it like, you know, gabardine, twill, and denim. So all of those things will work well for this pattern. And I chose camel colored cotton twill that I received from Minerva.com as part of the Minerva blog team. And I'll be doing a blog post for Minerva pretty soon when they're redoing their website. And so once their new website is up, I'll have a blog post on the fabric, but I'll also have a mini blog post on my website as well, and I'll leave a link to that below in the description box so you can check that out. So anyway, this pattern comes in sizes 30 to 48 European, and it's for bust sizes of 28 inches to 45.7 inches, and then hip sizes of 32 inches to 48 inches. And so the pattern sheets are in this. I like the way they have the pattern sheets in the back, and they're nice big color pattern sheets, so you don't get confused when you go out and trace out the pattern. So you do have to trace out the pattern and add your own seam allowance. So I did that, and there were 12 pattern pieces, so it took me like a day and a half to go ahead and trace out and add all the seam allowances to the pattern. But I think it was worth it overall. So again, 12 pattern pieces, and it's really easy to trace these patterns compared to Berta, which is a little bit more overlapping, and sometimes you have the same color on the same pattern sheet with Berta magazine layouts. These are a lot easier to trace, and the pattern sheets were on 2 separate pages, but they really explained which pattern pieces to cut out. They had a little picture diagram of where the pattern pieces are. So anyway, that is the pattern. So again, there were 12 pattern pieces. You had your fronts, you had pocket pieces over here, you had a belt piece, sleeves, over collar, under collar, a collar stand, the front and the back of the collar stand, and then on the inside you have your front facing, as well as a back neck facing, and then your pocket pieces. And then the back, you had an overlay over here, and it has a nice pleat in the back. I really like that detail. And then the back piece is cut on the side, and then you had a side front piece as well. And you put your pocket between the side front piece and the side piece and the front piece. So this is where the pockets were. and then it closes with snaps and buttons. But I only use buttons. I decided to use these gold buttons that I picked up in New York a while ago, or you can open it and leave it open. So this was pretty. So it was a little, it was a lot of work to do this pattern. So because there were so many pieces, the directions were really clear. They did tell you to mark the notches and things like that with basting stitches, but I just used chalk and friction pins instead. So that was a quick, easy change, and I didn't make any changes otherwise. I'm 5'1", so I wanted it to come a little bit longer because most patterns are for 5'5", and I believe this one was for someone around 5'5" as well, but I wanted to come down closer to knee length, and so that's where it hits me because I'm pretty short. But if you wanted to, you can also lengthen it as well. So, and I didn't want to shorten the sleeves either, because on the picture it looks like it comes like right here on her, and I wanted it to be full long sleeve, and on me that's where it comes up to. So I really like how it turned out as far as the the length and everything. So I didn't have to make any changes. I sewed a size 40, I believe, and so I didn't have to adjust or grade between pattern sizes because I wanted it to be pretty loose fitting. So that's what I did. And on the inside, let me show you the inside. So this is an online coat pattern, and so I decided to finish the seams with bias tape. And I made my own bias tape here, and I used some Robert Kaufman fabric that I had in my stash to make my own bias tape. And I followed a tutorial on how to make continuous bias tape. And so I ended up having to make 2 rounds of bias tape. And the first time I got it right, following directions really carefully on how to make your own continuous bias tape. And then the second time I was like, I know what I'm doing, I got it. And I ended up with a whole bunch of long strips that I had to put together. So if you make bias tape, pay attention to every single little detail with it in order to get the whole full length bias tape. But either way, it came out right, and so I added bias tape here on the back seam, to the facing collar, as well as to the seams of the pocket, and then on the actual pocket, and also on the front facing. So that's where I add, and also on the hem, I added some bias tape as well to the hem. So I did finish the hem with a straight hem as well, just to give it a little more detail. So those are the changes I made for the inside. I just serged the hem, the sleeve line instead of doing bias tape for that part, as well as the shoulder seams. So that's what I did. Those are some of the details that I did, and I love how it turned out. The only big problem I had with this pattern was the pocket placement. When I sewed it up, the pockets are really huge, and they kept drooping down past the hemline. So I had to keep adjusting the I had to do unpick it like 3 times to get these pockets to go where I wanted them to go. And not go past the hemline when you put your hands in your pockets. So that was a big change I had to do, which was quite annoying. So that was the one thing I just did not like about the pattern. Everything else, I like the construction. They give you really great details on how to make the undercollar and how to trim it so that the undercollar doesn't overlap and you get a nice crease. I really like the instructions for that part. So overall, I'm really happy with this pattern. The only things that I would change is there's a diagram to show you where to put the snaps and stuff, and you're supposed to put the snaps underneath the flap, but I wanted my snaps to show in the front, and so because I did that, when I wear it, it's a little bit too wide up in here. So I might go ahead and add some other snaps or something, some kind of way to make it go up further, but mostly I'll just wear it open, and I like the way it looks open, so it's not a big deal. It really looks cuter open. And if I do it, keep it the way it is, I can just add a scarf to give it a little bit to fill out that extra space right here. So this would be perfect for a big knitted shawl or scarf or something like that to go in here. So anyway, I'm really happy with this pattern. Let me know if you have any questions in the description box, and I'll be happy to answer them. So next I wanted to show you some other patterns that I'm considering for making my next trench coat. So I'll probably make another trench coat next fall, or maybe even sooner. So here are some patterns that I have in my stash that I'm considering for the next one. So I have this Vogue 1651, and I think this is really cute. I love it. Has this cute armband detail here. You can see the armband detail there, and I just love the way that looks. So, and I like the back vent in the back, and I do believe I prefer a lined coat over an unlined coat, even though I did take time to add all of the bias bound seams. I think I prefer lined coats over unlined coats. So I think I want to make this one because this one is already designed to be a lined coat. So really nice pattern, Vogue 1650. And then the next one I have is just a cute, fun one from Mimi G. It's the Simplicity 8890. So this is a really cute version. I chose the La Maison over this one because this one didn't have pockets, and I really wanted pockets for it. So, but this is a cute one that you can just wear on a nice chilly day. So I really like this pattern. And then I also have this Vogue, Berta one. This is the Berta from Berta issue April 2018. And it's really cute. It has a nice asymmetrical hem to it. So really unique design with the asymmetrical hem. So those are three of the patterns that I'm considering looking up. And I'll leave a link again to my blog post on trench coats. And so you can see some other patterns that I'm considering making, and some other options for trench coats as well. Okay, so that is my review of the London jacket by La Maison Victor, and now I wanted to share with you a review of the Glissando skirt by Love Notions Patterns. Now this is the latest pattern released from Love Notions, and I'm one of the ambassadors for Love Notions Patterns, and so I was given access to the pattern a little bit early, and so I decided to sew the skirt version of this pattern. So this pattern does come in options for shorts, crop pants, as well as a skirt, and I decided to sew the skirt version. And here is my skirt. It is detailed by nice, I love these pockets. They're nice deep pockets, and they're slant pockets, so they still lay flat. So I really like that part of it. And then it has an exposed button fly, and the directions for the button fly are really, really clear. I've never done a button fly, an exposed button fly before, but they really walk you through each little detail of how to sew the exposed button fly. And so I really liked how this turned out, and I love the way it looks. And I use these cute little they're like a tortoise style button that I picked up from the thrift store a couple years ago. They were so kind of vintagey buttons, and I love that they it's a nice contrast. They have it's like a brown and a black kind of tortoiseshell kind of look. So I really love these buttons. And then on the back of the pattern, and this applies to the pants and the shorts as well, there are two back darts for the back, and then there are optional pockets as well. And so the pattern is available, is for design, is from extra small to 5X sizes, and that's for hip sizes of 34.5 up to 59.5. So they have a really good size range, and it's designed for mid-weight to heavy fabrics. And so I use this cotton sateen. This is a cotton sateen from Fabric Mart, so it does have a little stretch, and so that works perfectly for the skirt version. But You can also use just plain non-stretch fabrics, which is really designed for non-stretch fabrics, but stretch fabrics work a little better to me for skirts, for stretch woven. So that's what I use for my skirt. But for the pants, you probably want to go with a non-stretch fabric like a denim or a twill, non-stretch twill, or corduroy, something like that would look cute with the pants versions. And so this pattern is on sale until Sunday the 27th. And it's $3 off, and it's now $9. It's normally $12. So if you want to pick up this skirt, you can pick it up during this sale. So anyway, that is my quick review of the Glissando skirt. And I have some pics and twirls of me wearing the London jacket as well as the Glissando skirt. So here we go. Check them out here. Of the London jacket, as well as by La Maison Victor, as well as the Glissando skirt by Love Notions Patterns. If you can, go ahead and check them out. I have blog posts on both of these makes up on my website, and then I'll also have a blog post on the fabric from Minerva when that comes out, when the new blog comes out as well. And so anyway, go ahead and check those out. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please hit the subscribe button below so you won't miss any more of my videos. And I will be back on Sunday with a great fun collaboration, and I can't wait to share that with you. So anyway, I hope you all are doing well and have a great day. Take care. Bye.